The Omaha, pronounced Omaha, meaning upstream, are located alongside the Missouri River in what is now Nebraska and Iowa, related closely to the Ponca, Quapaw, Osage, and Kansas people, who all speak a Siouan language. The first European journal reference to the Omaha tribe was made by Pierre Charles Lasure in 1700. Informed by reports, he described an Omaha village with 400 dwellings and a population of about 4,000 people. It was located near the Big Sioux River by present-day Sioux City, Iowa. The French then called it the River of the Mahas. Around 1800, a smallpox epidemic resulting from contact with Europeans swept the area, reducing the tribe's population by killing approximately one-third of its members. Chief Blackbird was among those who died that year. By the Treaty of Prairie du Chien in 1831, the Omaha ceded their lands in Iowa, east of the Missouri River, with the understanding that they still had hunting rights there. In 1836, a treaty with the U.S. took their remaining hunting lands in northwestern Missouri. During the 1840s, the Omaha continued to suffer from Sioux aggression. The tribe finally removed to the Blackbird Hills about 1856 and first built a village in the traditional pattern. By the 1870s, bison were quickly disappearing from the plains, and the Omaha had to rely increasingly upon their cash annuities and supplies from the United States government. The Omaha never took up arms against the U.S. Today, the Omaha are vibrant but struggle with assimilation. This is the story about one of the oldest Omahas still living with us today.
Did you want Grandpa to pray?
Yeah.
Honey asked Grandpa to pray, so we'll let Dad pray.
Aho wakan. Ambaletan hike ijazi dat wachuba gagai tu waham. Ijazi dat onga da kada ewalata. Nguki bajiste ijazi dat onbahon.
My name is Leon Mahayo Grant.
The Omahas have 7 clans, tribal clans, and I am a member of one of the 7th clan, the Deer clan. The Omahas call it Tapa. My Omaha Indian given name is Wajinkide, meaning angry to shoot. Because I'm in the deer clan, sometimes the deer are hard to hunt and hard to bring down. And that's where my name is referred to as Wajinkide, deer clan. Donska, my uncle.
My uncle.
My uncle.
My uncle.
What's Negiho? What's Negiho?
Negeho, yeah.
Nigeho.
That's your uncle. Negeho, you're addressing him personally. Witgoska, is you,
Talking
yeah.
talking about
Your nephew, yeah. I was born 1924 in the southern portion of the Omaha land. Decatur, Nebraska is where I was born, in the Burt County.
Grandpa's house where he was born.
That's where I was born.
Tanya was a baby, we
Mary
back to
Fremont.
Nebraska. It was just cute. My mother ran into it.
He always had an interest in horses because you know that he grew up that way, ran away from school to become a rodeo cowboy, lost his hand to gangrene and didn't take care of it, and they had to take it off at the elbow because of that. He could not take horse serum after that; it almost killed him. So his work with horses, even though you know his loss of an arm was huge in his life, he never held it against the horses, of course. But trick riding, he taught us to be trick riders, and we were the first world-renowned only Indian rodeo trick riders in the world. We trick rode everywhere in the country, and we became known as the Grant sisters, the only Indian rodeo trick riders in the world. And I've got my saddles behind me. On both sides of me are all the saddles that I've ever owned, and I'm very proud of them. he brought them back one day to me after he kept all of the saddles. You know, he must have at least 30 saddles. He brought them and he said, here are your saddles, Gloria. And it was emotional because these saddles and the horses, the many horses that we had, they took us to so many places in the country, and they took care of us. And he did not take that lightly. He prayed. He would always pray for a safe trip and a good journey, and pray for horses.
And one day, somebody came and they said there's 4 men with other horses. They're pulling horses. They're coming from north. And they got ready, the chiefs got ready, and they said, well, we're probably going to have visitors. So the village, called the village together, and people came, and they told them, bring your food together and prepare it, because we heard there's some people coming. We don't know who they are. So late in the afternoon, here comes these horseback riders, and they were Cheyenne Indians. And Omaha named them at that time Shahede. That's the Cheyenne's name, Shahede. And they said, we just want to tell you, you're going to have a string of visitors. They're getting ready to come. Sioux Indians are going to come here. And Cheyennes left. So the Omahas waited patiently for the Sioux. Again, somebody came and they said, I think they're coming. There's a whole string of horse riders coming. They got bundles on each side of the horse, and they're carrying lots of things. They're coming. Here comes the Sioux on the horseback. And the Sioux were exploring. They heard about the Omahas living along the Missouri River as the buffalo hunters, and they wanted to meet them. So they came. The chiefs got off of their horses, and everybody else still stood. They didn't know the reaction of the Omahas. They thought Omahas are going to retaliate. But they were already prepared, and with the welcome words and welcome gestures. They didn't understand one another. So they used gestures and motions and whatever they can to get the message across and welcomed everybody. Everybody got off their horses, and they told them to sit in the circle. We're going to feed you. We're going to all eat together. So they did what we did today. We sat and we ate. When they got through, Sioux talked quite a bit with gestures. And there, they gave Omahas gifts that they never did see before. They brought the eagle feather headdress, give it to the Omaha chief. They brought peace pipe, this pipe here, that they made. They give it to the Omahas. And that's where the peace pipe comes from. Way back, say, 300 years ago, 300 or 400 years ago, that they brought this to the Omahas. See, the Omahas kept it. This is not original Omaha smoke, this peace pipe. As I have said, they rolled their own from leaves and made their smoke. They also brought teepee and showed the Omahas how to put it up. Brought several hides with them. And the Omahas in turn gave them buffalo hides, and even taught them how to sing Omaha war dance songs. And they got through after, I suppose, 4 days. They got on their horses and went kind of northwestward, back to Black Hills. That's where we got the peace pipe. I thought I'd tell you today how we got this peace pipe. This is not original Omaha way of doing things. It was given to us, and we, with honor, we kept it, and today we still use it. I hope.
My name's Tim Grant, a member of the Omaha Nation, Deer Clan, lead singer for the Omaha Whitetail Singers. Unfortunately, no. We only have a few elders left, and I've been working with Eamon to try to do a preservation on that. We attended a couple of language summits, and we have a relative that lives in D.C. Her name is Mary Phillips, and she's going to get a humanities grant for us to help us to fund that, so we can get our people in and do conversation CDs and whatnot. Unfortunately, I don't speak fluent. I speak some and I understand some, but for as far as that's concerned, I said most of my elders that taught me are gone now, and a lot of the younger people are turning to the technology. Everything's MTV nowadays, that's what we call it. But unfortunately, it's that way. But hopefully, we'll get this grant through Mary and Eamon, and we'll do something to try to help preserve it.
Okay. Does he go back to Nebraska often?
Not as often as he should. He feels like he doesn't right now have anybody to speak the language with. That was really key because he could enjoy the language and the dialogue and the talks and laughter and the referencing of people, but
He used to
that's
talk to
gone.
Grandma Hermine.
He talked to Grandma Hermine on the phone in Omaha, and they would go back, and that was a large part of their conversation. But a lot of the elderly people are not there anymore, and that there is a disconnection in generations for him. So that's one reason I think that he doesn't go back.
He's the last one, huh? One of the last
Yes, he is probably one of the last, if one of the last and oldest Omahas. He has an aunt that's a year older than him. But I think that he's one of the oldest living male Omaha men that still speaks the language fluently.
Today, I don't know, I can't speak for the tribe because things have changed back there. And they tell me that I'm one of the last of the old days, the old Omaha ways. And I believe it because young generations, they don't have Indian names either anymore. They forgot that. Oh!